I wanted to make a video today on why I believe it is important to cease all consumption from Asian vendors. When I say Asian vendors, I'm speaking about China specifically. It's very, very difficult for me to hold in uh, my displeasure or my discontentment when I see wrong being done in the world, right? When I see cruelty being done in the world, when I see unjustness being done in the world, right? So I saw a video where Africans, men in particularly, but I'm sure they do it to women too, were being removed from their homes in China because they're doing this pointing game, this blame game, and for some reason, I guess I don't know. And I made a Facebook post about it before, saying that who cares if you call it the China disease, or no one said anything about the Ebola disease or the Hong Kong flu. So I was just saying, okay, names are names, so who cares if Donald Trump says Chinese this and African, like, who cares? Let's just come together, in partnership, and let's see what we can do to fight this pandemic. But when the government signs off on, or when the government doesn't do anything to deter Chinese officers just going into these homes and forcefully removing these African men out of their homes and saying, no, you need to go back to your country. You brought the pandemic here. Nah, that's where we stop. That's where we stop. So knowledge is not power. Knowledge is potential. Action is the power. So this is the action that we're going to take. When this COVID-19 is over and we come back from this, we will not circulate another penny of our hard-earned dollars in your stores. None of your beauty supply stores, none of your Papa San and your Mama San stores, none of your stores. We're done. That's it. You fucked up. Ooh, I wasn't trying to curse. Ooh, I wasn't trying to curse. I'm sorry, Lord. I'm trying to stop cussing. But that's it, because to me, it's very unnerving and it's very disappointing, because, like, I remember back in the days, right? Like, doing what was that, World War II or something like that. And the China, when people in Harlem were going crazy, looting Harlem, and taking all this stuff from Harlem, and because of World War II, and the way that the conditions were, and no one had proper adequate housing, and people were just poor as hell after the Great Depression. I remember, like, the Chinaman was saying, put up on his window, don't loot my store. Me color too. Me color too. Me color too. You remember that? Y'all put signs on your windows, and we didn't fuck with y'all. We left y'all shit alone. We left y'all houses and y'all stores alone. We didn't loot y'all store. Cause me color too. Oh, me no color no more, huh? Me no color. Me no color no more, huh? No more color. Nah, man. Nah, then I go to Aruba and I see all these Chinese stores, all these Chinese locations that are making money hand over fist. Man, it wasn't like that in Aruba 2 years ago. And I go to my country, West Africa, my goddamn country, and they all inside there selling generators and backup generators and selling hair and selling clothes. Hold up, man. Nah, China, man. You're not going to keep stealing all our money, taking it back over to your country. This is not about the corona. This is not about the pandemic. This is even worse. We ain't spending money with you no more. The number one way for change to be made, remember, there is no progress without struggle. The number one way for change to be made is with leverage. How do we get leverage as a people, my African people? We get leverage through economics. We have to either A, pool all of our sources together, all of our commerce together, and go to the table and say, hey, we're not going to spend with you all anymore. And this is the money that we have to distribute back into our own economy, into our own community, into our own section, and we can be our own vendors and buy from each other, buy from ourselves. Or if we don't have a lot of money, like a lot of us don't have, because everybody's not a million, everybody's not 100,000, everybody is not employed, we can take all our people and say, you know what? We're going to take all our people away from you, and 70% of consumer spending will not go to you all. So think about that, China, man. The next time you lay your hand on another African, because y'all don't want me to come out retirement, I bring my ass out there, and it's going to get real ugly. Everybody going down.